Good morning, friends. We're going to be continuing our discussion in our Let's Make an Adventure discussion. This is part three. So let's review where we left off. We kind of have a good spot for our main antagonist. This is a were-tiger, this is a hobgoblin, and this is a haunted one with the haunted one background. And where we're going with this is that this were-tiger was part. Well, this hobgoblin was part of some goblin raids into this jungle. They ran into these were-tiger. This particular hobgoblin may have gained the respect or some sympathy from the were-tiger who had maybe slaughtered all the other goblins. So turned the hobgoblin into a were-tiger, raised, quote unquote raised, but brought him or her up as a were-tiger. Showed them how to live as a were-tiger. So yeah, we got a connection here, and we could probably even open that up to possibly a romantic connection, definitely a student mentor connection. And later on, we have these, I'm thinking, other lycanthropes who are coming in. Our main antagonist, for some reason, was helpless to help to fight or helpless to stop, and he or she had to watch this other were-tiger get slaughtered in terrible ways, and other were-tigers also getting slaughtered by these other lycanthropes. So we have a kind of lone survivor, haunted one type situation here for this antagonist. And this helps us kind of present like a sympathetic antagonist. We don't just have a evil stat block that we gotta reduce to zero hit points. And in fact, when our players reach this antagonist, there may be some sympathy there, and maybe we can help you with these other lycanthropes, so you don't have to stalk the city and kidnap people and turn them into were-tigers. Depending on the player's outlook. So that's our main antagonist. And so since we got a good feeling for that, let's kind of move down and we're going to talk about this antagonist's lieutenant. And this is going to be the person who kind of runs the show runs the operation for the main antagonist, guiding the minions towards the antagonist's will, and likely the first person that the players will encounter, or a person the players will encounter before they get to the main antagonist. So, if we, I like to make these lieutenants sort of kind of make up for deficiencies that the main antagonist has. And we talked about were-tigers, right? They're very martial, very sneaky, very stealthy, like a tiger, and they can fight. They're really good at fighting. Lots of hit points, good attack rolls, cool attack and battle features, but they're kind of lacking on the social side, right? But that makes sense, right? Tigers, they're not social animals. They prowl their territory and they don't like other tigers coming into their territory. So our lieutenant maybe should kind of make up for that. So we're going to kind of do the same process. I'm going to kind of just randomly pick up a race, randomly pick up a background, and see if we can make anything make sense out of that. Now for our races, let's come down to here. And we said we had 48 of them. So that's a d6 times a d8. So let me go to my character sheet with my dice tray. We're going to go d6 and times a d8. That's a 2 times 2, 4. So what's a 4 give us? Oh, wrong way. A 4. An auto gnome. Okay, holding on to that. Auto gnome. And let's look at the backgrounds. How do we do the backgrounds again? There's 27, so that's 3 times 9. Alright, so we'll d4, ignore the 4. That's a 2 times d10, ignore the 10. 2 times 8, 16. What's that give us? 16. Investigator. Huh. That does make sense. A character who knows how to find information, knows how to find people, knows how to find good candidates for our antagonist. And an auto gnome. Now, an auto gnome could work because, perhaps it can't be cursed, right? We don't want to spread the curse to this lieutenant, but an auto gnome it stands out, right? You're gonna, in a city of people, you're gonna notice an auto gnome, unless there's like a lot of auto gnomes around. So I do like the investigator part. That makes sense. but I'm wondering about the auto gnome part. It's funny, we rolled a gnome for the were tiger's original race. Mm, no, just I don't. It doesn't fit. It's too standoutish, and we want this lieutenant to be able to fit in, right? It's doing its antagonist. I'm sorry, its master's will. So we want it to blend into the situation. So let's give it another roll. Sorry, gnomes. I like you. Just don't fit in this story at the moment. Perhaps, maybe one of these contacts, though. Definitely one of the contact allies could be something like this. All right, so 6 times 8, d6, 2 times 2 times 1, 2. Okay. What's a 2? An Asimar. Mm, I don't know. Let's go look at Asimars. Let's go to my Monsters of the Multiverse. And we go to the player character section of Asimar. Let's see. Descended from celestial beings and views with heavenly power, mortals who carry the spark of the upper planes. That's cool. They can fan that spark to bring light, ease wounds, unleash the fury of the heavens. Okay. Asmars can arise among mortal population of mortals. They resemble their parents, but they live up to 160 years, have other features that hint at their celestial heritage. These also being subtle and become more obvious when the Asmar gains the ability to reveal their full celestial nature. Hmm. Humanoid. Resistance to necrotic and radiant. Dark vision. Healing hands. That's helpful. I'd like my lieutenant to have healing hands if I were a main antagonist. The light cantrip. Celestial revelation. When you start at third, and we're going to be at third level, so this would count. Hmm. Necrotic shroud. I'm having a hard time seeing why an Asimar would be working for a were tiger. An Asimar who has an investigator background working for a were tiger. Because they got their own transformation things, right? I'm thinking like the lieutenant may aspire to get the change, and that's why he or she is working so diligently to these goals. But this Asimar, they got their own transformation thing. I don't think they would want to taint that with lycanthropy. And by third level, you know you're an Asimar, even if you were just born to parents and for you were raised, not knowing. By the time you take a character class in your third level, you're gonna know. Okay, so in this case, I've gone through two races. I kind of went through, randomly picked two races that don't really fit. And when that happens, once I hit the two, I'm just going to kind of go human. I can't go wrong with human. They blend in, they're all around. And yeah, there's going to be this is a region where there's going to be humans. So let's go with that. But we are going to stick with investigator. So we have human investigator for our lieutenant. And I like the investigator part because that does fit really well with what we're doing here. Lieutenant. Okay, here we are. Level 3. We have a human who's an investigator. Kind of doing the inside work that the were tiger really can't do. Like even if this were tiger like was in hobgoblin form, doing stuff in the city, he's going to stand out. He's a hobgoblin. Um, but a human who wants to be a were tiger and wants to earn that privilege would would work diligently to help that were tiger. So we have a human investigator. So this is good so far. So let's pick a class. because we're going to be a level 3 something. Now, when I'm picking a class, you notice I like to pick the background first, and then try to find a class that matches that background so that the character makes sense. Like, for example, for investigator, probably not going to pick a barbarian. Thinking more something more scholarly, something with a higher intelligence, maybe even a wizard, perhaps. So let's go. Let's go look at that. Go to my player's handbook. Okay, classes. All right, barbarian. All right, we know that's out. Bard, cleric, possible. Druid, maybe. Fighter, no, we don't want fighter. Monk, paladin. Now, nothing that's too martial, because the antagonist is martial. A rogue, possibly. If we're doing like sneak stealth investigations, we're just kind of hanging out, so possibly a rogue. Sorcerer, warlock, wizard. I'm not going to go with warlock because he kind of already serves a master. He serves his were tiger master. We don't want like dual loyalties or competing loyalties. Wizard definitely would work. Wizards are good at investigating. All right, so let's think: bard, cleric, druid, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. We're gonna leave out these martial ones here. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 of them. Let's do a D8, ignore an 8. Oh, look at that, it's an 8. All right, ignore it, reroll. 1. Where we go there? Bard. All right, so College of Lore. Okay, that works. College of Valor. But I know I got more. Let's go to this. I'm going to make a character. Where's my tools? Character builder. Let's do standard, class, bard, add class. Level. We're going to go to level 3 so we can get to our colleges and see what I got available here. Creation, glamour, lore, spirit, swords, valor, whispers. Let's look at whispers. What's that about? So it's probably going to be in one of my other resources. Maybe in Xanathar. Bard. Yeah, whispers. Here we go. It's the cat. Sort of whispers. College of Whispers, I mean. Okay. To welcome the bard into the midst, bards of the College of Whispers may use this to advantage. They appear to be like other bards, sharing news, singing songs, telling tales of the audience they gather. In truth, they teach their students that they are wolves among sheep's clothing. The bards use their knowledge and magic to uncover secrets and turn them against other through extortion and threats. I'm having second thoughts on the bard. A bard is kind of high profile, right? It wants to be seen. And our investigators should be moving more quietly. So let's bypass the bard. I'm going to go back to here. So if we bypass the bard, we got cleric, druid, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that. Because after thinking about it, yeah, bards they're out there, they're outgoing, and we want our antagonist to be more on the down low. All right, so that's 5. What did 5 bring us? A warlock. No, actually, no, I forgot. We decided not to do warlock. So cleric, druid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we'll do the 6. Ignore 6. And just we don't want like competing loyalties. A warlock's going to be having to serve its patron as well as this antagonist, and just easier to keep the loyalty simple. So that's a 6, and I think that was wizard, which really works. Yeah, wizard. And we can even do school of divination. I think that would be great. So if we go to, let's see, arcane traditions, divination, past, present, and future. You strive to part the veils of space, time, and consciousness to see that you can see clearly. Okay, yeah, this works. So let's go to our notes. Okay, so we have a wizard who is a school of divination, investigates potential recruits, brings back to the master, desires to be churned himself or herself. So this is our end. This is our antagonist in into the human city, into human civilization. This wizard can go in, can do things that the were tiger can't do, especially a hobgoblin were tiger. So we have someone who's on the inside now. So this is good. We got an antagonist, we got a lieutenant, and next time we're going to be talking about our allies. Like we're going to kind of shift the perspective, and we're going to go to our player perspective and find some allies who can be there to help them out. Give them some clues, give them some information, give them little side quests to go do. All right, so yeah, well done. I'm pleased with where we're at. So we're going to wrap up now and stay tuned for part 4. We are taking a break from the Frozen Heart. We got some vacation. Players got some vacations going on, so good for them. Let them enjoy their time, and we're going to start up again the following week. All right, my friends. Well, hope you enjoy your day. We'll talk to you next time.